Watcha folks, welcome to Oak Swamp. So this week I'm going to attempt to take this rolling chassis and turn it into a driving car so I can go dirt racing with it. I was kindly given a standard 8 by long-time friend of the channel and thoroughly nice bloke Warren.
Big L or little L?
Unfortunately it didn't have a V5, so myself and Neil set about stripping it down and having a butcher's to see what we had. All the brakes are loose and all that. This is going to be fun, man. That's its name, K.
Colonel K.
Yeah, let's call it Colonel K. What is Colonel K?
Colonel K was the boss for Benjamouse, a walrus or something.
Yeah, he was a walrus. Was that Colonel K? This is what this car's called then. You've just named it, Neil. I am the Eggman. They are the Eggmen. Let's look at the chassis. Look how cute that axle is. The front end on this, we're heading into the 40s. It's got a transverse leaf, and then it's got these funny little A-arms. So myself and Neil have got a great interest in taking some pre-war cars off-road and do a bit of racing around a field. Now we have a field, but I don't have a car. So this week I plan to have this up and running, ready to go dirt track racing. There's a fair bit to do. First thing is to fit this lovely little Reliant 850 engine. I've got a gearbox for it as well. It's missing a couple of bits off the distributor. Ain't got inlet exhaust or carbs. Also needs a thermostat cover. So I'm going to have to try and source them this week. I bought this engine the other week from a guy and he said someone had been right through it and checked it right out. Well, I removed the sump and it does look as though someone's looked at it and it does look in good condition. So I'm hoping that's going to be fine. Fit this engine where I want it. Realistically, the gearbox wants to go there or further back. Obviously that puts us right on top of our braking system. But if you see where the seat is, Reliance have got a lovely little notchy gearbox. They're really cute. Putting a long stick on this would ruin it completely, so I want to get this as far back as possible. And plus, I don't want the engine sitting right over the front of the axle. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is move this a little bit. I'm going to drop it down by a couple of 3 inches, which is fine because we've got loads of ground clearance. You look there are the original gearbox mounts. And that's how high we are, so we're a good couple of 3 inches, well, a good 3-4 inches above. I don't think this is going to affect the brakes too much. Morning!
Morning, you got another delivery.
Oh, let's see what's in there.
Can't open it.
Oh! Where are we, Rob?
They look like nice ones.
That's cool, right? But there's another one as well. Cheers. I've got to put these up. I'm waiting for some double-sided tape because they're all going to go up on my doors. From John Bailey. Thanks, John. Cheers, mate. Really nice people have been starting to send me plates. I got this one from my Dutch friend from the channel in the Lutz, Mikhail, Virginia, South Australia, Quebec, Victoria, Nova Scotia, and Outback Australia. Awesome. I did show you some time about this one, what my son got me from Amsterdam, and I said, well, have a look at it and see what it is about that, and not many people could. So I'm going to show you now. First thing I'm going to do is start cleaning up the chassis a bit. I keep catching my legs on these, so I'm going to cut all the waste bits off. Right, I'm going to wheel this in a bit. The beauty with this chassis is that it's really, really loose. All that means is I'm not taking all the brakes apart instantly. I know they all work already. Top it up, cup. Off. Now I think what I'm going to do with this is cut it quite close to the edge, and then you see this angle here. When I put it back in I can carry on using that angle. That's where we want to be, about here somewhere. I think I'm going to have to get a 9-inch cutter out for that. Because of this back edge I can't get in there. There we go. Right, I've got that. What I'm going to do, I think, take all these split pins out. It's going to be easier to make with it out of it. I'm going to put the gearbox back on this engine and we'll lower him in to see what he says. This is kind of where I'm thinking about taking it, to the bottom there. But if you look, all the brakes are good. The brakes are actually sitting in a better place. Here's a little Reliant engine, and it's been stood around a while, but it's still in good nick. The insides have been loved. Now this is 850ccs, this engine, and it goes a whopping 40 horse. 40 horse in this going across a field. I think this is going to be enough. A lot of people get misguided on Reliant engines because a lot of people think Reliant engines come from the Austin 7. Well, the early Reliant engines did, but these most certainly didn't. Now, if you've ever had a Triumph, you'll recognise this rocker cover. The Reliant engine was originally a standard engine. Now the Chinese got hold of it somehow, I don't know how, but they had it, and Reliant got it back off of them, and it sold thousands. Right, so I'm going to put the gearbox on, put him on the lift. To be honest with you, these are so light I could lift it in. Why lift it when you've got all this nonsense? See how light it is? That nastily in place. I think that's about where it needs to go. It's not too low. I think what I'm going to do is build it tight to this. These pieces, this old gearbox mount that's here before, it's not touching any of the braking anywhere, and then cut it off afterwards. Right, I've cut a bit of 1x1 in 3mm, and what I'm going to do is put a couple of little cheeks off of there. Right, I've just found this bit of steel, and save me drilling any holes, I'm just going to use this as my bracket. There's my template there, look, it's exactly the right width there, so I just need to cut this off, make two of them. Beautiful. Okay, little brackets on. This is all ground up, I'm going to tack it in there. Right, the engine mountings went like that originally. And that. So I've lopped them off to assist. Oh, Sassa's here. How you doing, Sass?
I've been to the baker's.
Engine's nearly in by tea break. I'm coming in for brekkie then. Right, this cross member, I had to drop it because it wanted to hit the crank. So I've just cut two segs like this at about 3 inches long with a bit of an angle on. And it's all clamped up, and I'm going to weld them together, and that should be the right length.
Underground, overground, wombling free.
Look at this. This is my neighbour Baz, who puts up with all my noise, don't you, Mush?
Ah, you're quiet as a mouse, mate. Mind you, I'm deaf as a post, so there you go.
And he brings me a cup of tea as well. Good on you, mate.
Catch you in a bit, dude.
Cheers, Baz. These pieces here, which I cut off, I've tacked on so they're sitting flat. And now I'm just going to tack these two ends up. The reason I've done it like this, I haven't levelled the engine yet, but I can level it easily via this end. I'm leaving the rubbers on this back end because when you're taking the gearboxes in and out, they're a nightmare to get out of these angled pieces. So I'll just leave them on there. They're not going to hurt. And then these two will just bolt straight through. I'll put a bit of a rubber on there or something. Right, next job is to make this cross member happen. You see this line here? That pretty much lines up with that, so that's what I'm going to make. Two cheeks and 3mm, and I'm going to take them right up there, cut it off, and then put another piece in the top. What I'm at, I think I'm going to cut these off now because they're kind of just in the way now. Da 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 da. I chopped off all the other bits. I'll clean them up a bit more now they're off. So now I'm going to make some cheeks that come from the top of the chassis and then roll down both sides. Cheeks! Right, that's the first two. And I'll probably just put a bit across the top as well just to make it really strong. Right, and there's the second one. Tuesday. Spring has most definitely landed. Lovely. It's probably full spring though, it'll probably be snowing next month. Little Shrew's loving it outside. Yeah. Okay, this morning, you look where this clutch is in regard to the starter motor. It's not doing too clever there. And this rod here needs to be lower. So I'm going to have to lower that to get that beneath. And it means I can get it over a bit. These haven't been greased for a long time. There's not even a grease nipple in there, so I'll put some grease nipples in there. Give this a bit of a shine up. Okay, when my mate Gary came over the other day, he gave me this soft pad thing. I don't know what they're like, but for cleaning this up, it looks as though it's going to be ideal. Yeah. That's good, I like that. A bit better, isn't it? Rich is here.
Hey, you alright, Bryan?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. I've got the rest of that tube for you.
Lovely. Look at that sun, mate.
The weather and the birds are singing.
It's lovely, isn't it? Cracking on with this. Just working on the clutch and the brakes at the moment.
Yeah, the dual pedal's interesting at the moment, mate.
Yeah, the kissing pedals, these two. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's go and see what's here. Hello, screw. I should be doing that, shouldn't I? Oh, loads of tube.
Bit more tube.
Ah. Oh, it's nice. It's got curves in it as well.
I think that one was like the top sort of cab sort of crossbar piece.
Cool. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh, it wasn't from you, it's from someone else.
Me, from a customer, Big Don.
Thanks, Big Don. Really appreciate it, son. Okay, the clutch is done. I broke my rule of not welding anything up and welded this on in the wrong place. There you go. Clutch is working fine now. Now the brake I had going at a bit of an angle because the bar was at this end. It had to come up way too much of an angle because I brought these pedals quite a bit further back. You can see how much further and how much lower I've gone. Now what I'm going to do, I've got about 12mm bar going to a support there, and I'm going to run this to the end and run a bit of tube up over this, weld that to that, weld that to that, that to that, and I reckon that'd be strong enough. Okay, I got this bit of tube tight. I had to sleeve it twice to get it in there, but it's lovely and tight, and that slides into there nice and tight. The piece what was on the end will go into there, and then I've got this Land Rover shackle which will go on the end and weld up to there and just act as a support. So I'm going to weld these fellas up now. Wednesday. Wonderful. Right, I got a bit caught up yesterday, so I didn't really get a lot of filming done. But basically what I've done is I've moved this arm from the other side to this side. Got a bit excited with the weld there. And this comes forward to the original clutch pedal. Neil's popping down shortly to lend a hand, give me a bit of company. Right, I need something to go across here to support the steering and to sort of like make the edge of where the bulkhead is. I've got an old Victorian bed over there. Oh, that's lovely. This is my favourite time of year, over here. Sasha's planting trees this morning. What's this, a fruit tree?
Plum. It's green gauge.
We've got quite a few trees we planted here already, all fruit trees. It's actually quite narrow, isn't it? But it's got some nice curves on it, so I think cut it off and then extend it. True swampers will remember where I got that. Neil's here.
Hello.
Neil's come over to give me a hand, and his job this morning is...
Suspension, take some leaves off.
Take some leaves off this back. This back end is solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
With both me and Neil on it, it didn't move, so whip the bolts out and we'll take the bottom springs out.
Which you freshly oiled, hopefully.
Yeah, I did them. I think they'll be alright, mate.
Yeah.
Man of your experience. So that you can take these wheels off. I'll get some axle stands under it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a couple of plates like that, and I'm going to get this lot welded up. Get these pedals into position and the other plate on this side.
You're not supposed to hit with a hammer.
I got this all day, man. We need axle stands. I think I've cut them all up. There's one now.
And the socket set.
Socket sets all out there for you, baby. Socket sets around there. I'll find you another axle stand. How's it going then, Neil?
Yeah, good. Just work and doing my Speedster.
Ah, your Model T Speedster, eh?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I've got a dirty great Stromberg on it, and I just picked up my manifold inlet and outlet yesterday.
I'm going to show a picture of that.
No, you're not.
Am I not showing a picture?
It's a secret.
All right, I'm not going to
I want
show
a
you.
grand reveal.
Is it the Speedster you're bringing on the mud?
Yes.
You madman.
With wooden wheels. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You
We'll
know.
take a tippy with us.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really small, aren't they?
There's an inspection hole.
Look, listen. There's hardly any play in that. Go on, give it a wiggle. I think that'd be enough. Where's the other springs that have just come out? How much meat have we taken out?
Loads.
Probably about 15 mil. Oh, no more. About 20 mil. Good. Oh, cool, you done it. Well done, Neil. He's storming ahead. What I've done is to strengthen this brake here. Got a bolt that fits tight in there. And that plate's going to weld right up the side of the chassis, and that'll stiffen that brake shaft up. I've also made some plates for these. And I can weld them on now, so I'm going to get the welder out, get weldy woo.
Well, I'll shove this back on if you give me a couple of 8 mils, and then we can bounce up and down everywhere so we can congratulate ourselves at breakfast.
Yeah. Eyes, Neil. Smoking.
Got more parcels.
Oh! Are these two for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what they are. We better open them, haven't we? This is Neil.
Hello.
This has come from Germany. They know I like to do it that way.
It's excessive, isn't it? Number plate.
This is from Germany.
Very nice too.
Very nice.
We have a German one today. Hi Brian, here's a plate I promised for your collection. The numbers and letters stand for Ronsveg City of Registration.
BS doesn't stand for that.
BS doesn't stand for that.
Not in this country.
And who sent me this? Jürgen. Thanks a lot, Jürgen. Cheers, dude. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Posty.
Right, we're going to try this suspension out. Now it's got a couple of leaves out. Go on, jump on it now. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? It's better than it was, isn't it? That'd do. Right, I've welded up these bits. I think it's T-brake, don't you, Neil? We got our own pothole. Drift! Mods are in town next to us. So as always, we've come to the old bus stop, haven't we, Neil? Hungry, Neil?
Yes.
That's the dirtiest I've seen your hands. Beautiful. Right, where were we? Are you happy to do this front one as well?
Yeah.
Good lad. I've got this Victorian single bed. I wish it was a double. And I'm going to chop him up and see what goes. I've got two of these actually, but I've been looking for something interesting to make of it. I was thinking about a roof rack out of it, but I'm going to chop it up to start with and have a look. And if it doesn't work, I can still use it for a roof rack. Yes, sir. There we go. So what Neil's doing, he's beating these springs out because the spring's under so much tension because of this, we can't pull it down far enough, but he's getting there, aren't you, Mush? You got them out then?
Yeah, it's all back
cool.
on.
Right, I'll jump. Ah, yeah, look, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah, much better.
Nice one, Neil. Lovely job.
Cool.
Cheers. That's going to make it loads better. I think that's about enough, isn't it? Right, I'm trying the horn out now. What do you reckon it's going to do? Alright, it's going to do over or nothing. I'm going to give this horn away as a giveaway.
Beautiful thing.
That's horrible, isn't it? So we've been over in the woods and we found this Ford Pop rad I've got. Lovely rad, nice and clean, but it was way too big. And then, as if by magic, this little beauty appeared, and it's about the right height. It might be higher than this depending on the grill, but it's about probably 2.5 inches thick, and it's a non-pressured one, which I'm happy for. I've probably got a screw cap, if not a cork. But take all that nonsense off the front, and that...
Winner chicken dinner.
Isn't it? That's perfect, Mush, isn't it?
Yeah.
The outlet's on the wrong side, but it's a different size, so this gives me some time. I'll run a steel pipe across here, which turns into that size, one end. I cut up the bed. I managed to get the cast iron bits off, and it'll go something like that as Neil showed you with the bonnet. That's the sort of idea. It's kind of getting there now. Looking at this, I think I'm going to leave the steel on. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just cut this nonsense off.
Well to this.
Yeah, exactly. I can weld to it. It's in a nice box. Okay, chop chop. Meanwhile, I'm in the garage. I've got to make some mounts for that radiator. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of this angle. Now I've only just got enough. I've got to get 4 pieces out of this. 2 to go on the chassis, 2 to go on the frame of the radiator. What do you reckon? Looks really small.
Good job.
That's where the steering is for me. Do you reckon that's about...
Yeah, it's fine.
This is going to hold your feet in. This might be back a little bit more, but...
Can you be marginally wider or not?
Could do. I could possibly come out further. Depends on the bonnet. It's where the bonnet finishes.
Yeah.
Alright, so for this rad I'm using an affair like this, a rubber and 2 heavy duty L's, and I'm just about to weld it to this lovely strong bracket I've got. Okay, that's alright, good. Hold in there, mate. There it is, sat in there. Sat on his perches, fits in there lovely. That was just a job finding that, wasn't it?
Simple, isn't it? Yeah, nice little lad.
This has set me right up good for the morning, so I can position this and then start thinking about getting the sides on and getting a grill shell. We're on day 3 now and we've got the engine in. We've altered all the brakes, but they're in. The clutch is done. The radiator's in. All the springs are lowered. Day 3 in the swamp. Cheers, brother. Thanks for today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And now, a musical interlude.
Don't forget to buy an Oak Swamp t-shirt. Don't forget to buy an Oak Swamp t-shirt. Don't forget to buy an Oak Swamp t-shirt early this morning.
Hey, oh, keep on swamping. Hey, oh, keep on swamping. Hey, oh, keep on swamping. Buy some mush this morning. What day is it?
It's Thursday.
Thursday. I'm auditioning the bonnet and grill. This is a standard flying 9 grill, but it's a standard flying 8 bonnet, so they don't quite fit.
So what's your plan for that then?
Not use either of it. This is a Morris 8, Morris 10 grill shell. It sits in there like that.
They all look kind of cool, don't they?
If you look at this one, it looks a little bit more piggy, doesn't it? It doesn't need to be special, it's going to get beat up. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
We're having a Morris grill.
Is this welded on?
Nah, it's just saying.
Is that the bit of bed?
Yeah, that's a bit of bed.
I've slept in that bed.
What, this bed?
Yeah.
The rat. The grill shell on the rat was part of our bed from indoors.
Yeah.
Looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. Not that this has got to look like anything, it's just got to be able to drive on mud.
No, I know, but if you're able to make it to look good, then why not?
Exactly. Right, I'm just going to be making some bracketry to fix this to this. With all this heavy outer casing, it makes it pretty easy. I'm going to drill 2 holes through here. Look, this grill shed's brass. Kind of nice, isn't it? Yeah, there it is, that's on. I'm going to reposition the bottoms after, but I'm not doing that until the rest of it's in. But you can see I've got the space I needed down by the edge of the steering there. I cut this piece out here. It actually needs redoing, but I've cut it out because I tried the other grill shell in. So I will be putting that back in. I might do it slightly differently. I think it's got plenty of room around it. Just got to get a cap on it. This is nice and solid, it's only had a couple of tacks. Just working on a centrepiece just to support it. but it's coming along now. Now, when you're in it, well, the pedal's good, and the clutch is nice. Needs a floor now though, and these pedals want coming up a bit. Right, prop shaft needs lengthening. Now I haven't got time to go and get any machine doing, so I'm going to try and find a piece of tube that fits right over the top and goes the length. That'll make it straight, but I don't know what I've got that size. So I'm going to cut it off in the middle, and then I'll be able to see the ID as well. Not very thick, is it? Okay, I've got a bit of scaffold tube, right, and I've tapped it in on the welds and it's actually tight. It's not the right size completely because it's about 1/2 mil too big on an ID. So what I'm going to do is just tack it up 4 tacks at either end, that are old masses. And then when I find some tube the right size, then I can just cut the tacks and do the same again with the right side tube, and that'd be strong enough. There we go. Just to see how this runs. I think I still need to take some more out of these back springs. Thursday, a bit later start today. I'm mashing metal over it. Yeah. What I was doing last night, I didn't mean to do this. I was thinking I was going to make myself a bonnet for this. So what I'm doing is cutting this down the middle. I'm going to put a hinge down the middle there. I've got an alley hinge over there. As I walked out, I thought, I haven't got that much to do, but there's still loads to do. I'll tidy the garage first. This is all we need today. I've just been clearing the garage this morning. Getting the garage cleared, ready for this. And there it is. Screw's getting a rust anyway. I've got a weld, and I've got to sort out the engine. With this engine, we're taking a bit of a potluck if it's going to start or not, but I've got complete and utter faith that it will. So I'm going to have to take the engine out to weld it up. So while it's out, there's a cap to be torqued up, and then the sump's got to be put on. Friend of the channel and thoroughly nice bloke, Garrett Royal, is sending me all the parts I need to get this engine going. So he's sending me an exhaust manifold, an inlet manifold with a carb, and the thermostat top. It'd be lovely to get this to run and just have a little drive up and down just to say we did it. I'm so close. You'll be surprised how close we are actually. There's a lot of finishy bits, but I can probably do in one day afterwards. I was just looking there, so I'm going to fill in these gaps down here, so because it's the mud coming through at the engine and at you. Also, when I was looking at this, I need to put a bulkhead in here around this sort of area here. Build it in off of this, I think. Alright, mate.
I brought some weather with me.
Oh, savage, isn't it?
Horrible.
Rich has come down to give me a bit of a hand today, which is handy.
Nice.
It's getting there. It's a shame about this weather, because...
I love that grill. I love the patina of the grill.
Do you like it? Have you seen what's written on the front of it?
The K.
Yeah, cat. What have we got in there?
Something to help us get along with the job.
We better have a cup of tea, haven't we?
Put the afternoon's work uniform on.
Oh, good lad. Oh, you're all swamped up.
Like, subscribe, and buy some merch.
Good lad. Now, if you're watching this on Sunday, the day I release it, it's actually your birthday today.
Birthday!
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you very much.
How old are you today?
50 years old.
50, the 50 club. I'm still in the 50 club, but
Cool.
I'm leaving it this year. First thing we're going to do is whip this motor out. Rich is going to get busy on the underside. While he's doing that, I'm going to build a little piece that comes out here to make a bit of a bulkhead. I just got to make the shape really more to put the battery somewhere. I think the battery could go in the back actually. It would be the fuel tank up here then. There it is.
Nice looking tank, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's off an old boat and it's got an old cap on it. But I reckon across there. What do you reckon?
Oh, I love that. That's ideal.
It look cool, wouldn't it? If I put a bulkhead below it, what I do is make some bits of wood.
Yep.
That go on, and we'll screw the bits of wood to it and then put some straps over it.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. A miserable day for your birthday, mate, isn't it?
It is, but it's only weather.
The beauty is, I know it is his birthday. It's not actually his birthday today.
No, it's not.
Today, but it's his birthday today if you're watching this on Sunday. So it's not your birthday, really, is it?
Not my birthday, really.
We need to get you something to put that on, don't we? So when you starting your speed shop up, because the t-shirts are doing all right, aren't they?
T-shirts are doing well. Some have gone out to California, mate. First sort of fresh design is going to be the boxing in plates for 32 Ford chassis.
Cool.
Yeah. £21 a talk, mate.
It's not a lot, is it? What are the others like?
They're a little bit loose as well.
Well, are they really? Good.
It's worth checking them, mate.
Yeah, I think check them all. 260. You see what I'm doing here is I'm coming out, and this will go across there. Put the fuel tank
on it.
But it makes a place for your feet to be as well, you know. It's got no room, Rich. It's got no earth, Rich.
No. It's that great earth clamp you've not got.
So that go there. I need to join between there and there. We close our eyes.
Release that one.
Yeah, release Wadwick. Release Wadwick. I'm going to take the edge off of that, and that's sitting to there, and that up against there, and it just closes that end off as well while it's at it. How are you getting on, Rich? Rich has had to sieve through all of me boxes.
It's a cross between mechanics and archaeology.
Yeah.
And gardening in the compost heap. I'll be honest, Bryan.
Well, these are the little fellas we were after, and they're just little nasty UNC. Right, there's a bit of the bulkhead, and that means your feet are underneath. I do. I just need to make the bulkhead one piece on here, yep. One there. It's easy. It keeps all the nonsense out, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, welcome to another cookery class, and we're going to do some icing now.
You enjoying that?
Oh, loving it, mate.
Oh yeah, do you like the smell? Naughty, isn't it? Obviously the gear stick's going to come out like this, so I didn't worry too much about hiding under there. Look at that, we're in the right place though, aren't we?
Spot on.
Perfect. Another step forward. I've got a lot to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for your help.
You're welcome.
Have a lovely birthday on your real birthday.
My real birthday, on today.
Saturday, still very soggy. And to be fair, I'm feeling a bit rinsed. It's been a bit of a week, but it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the inlet and the exhaust manifold, I just left it too late, to be fair. It wasn't until Monday I put a post on Oak Swamp Rats on Facebook asking if anyone had any Reliant bits, and Garrick Royal kindly said yes, he had all the bits. By the time we had chatted all about it and that, I'd left it way too late. To be honest, I'm not worried because I'd have only rushed at getting it going today anyway. I raised the seat level up. It's because of like the nature of the pedals and that. But it feels more comfortable, and if you're bouncing, I think you'll be better bouncing from that position. There you go. We were close, but not quite close enough. Now I think as we've got this far, it seems a crying shame not to carry on for another couple of days, because in 2-3 days I can have that thing on the button. So I think that's what I'm going to do on Monday. Hope you guys are alright with that. I think it'd be really fun to have a bit of a drive up and down, and it gets a job right out of the way for me, so I don't have to think about it anymore. Shrew's back in the garage, so... You done? So that's what I'm going to do. But if you want to see any of that, you're going to have to tune in next time. So if you're not subscribed at this point, make sure you bang the old subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like and a comment. It's really appreciated. And a hype, if you will. If you want to support the channel, please go over to my shop. Get yourself some lovely Oak Swamp merch. And I will catch you dudes on the next one. Hang loose.
I follow you around like a dog. dog on a chain. Since I found your love, it's always been the same. I'm never out late, I do anything you ask to get a pat on the back.